Sir, I'm with you, sir. Sir? Yes, sir.
So I say, can we proceed or hold on a bit?
Yeah, go with my phone. You are disturbing the whole thing.
Guys, please, can we
hold
off our
on a
mic,
bit
please?
while we are... Yes, please, all of you, mute your mic. Mute your mic so that we can hear ourselves.
Jigba, off your mic, please.
Okay, they mute everybody. All right. So I guess everyone is muted now. You can hear me loud and clear, and you can see the slides, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It is, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let us proceed. As you are aware, we are supposed to have this class from actually 10 this morning to 12. Then by 12, from 12 to 1, we are supposed to have break and then continue 1 to 2 throughout today. My colleague, Dr. Tene, pleaded that he wants to do like 10 to 15 minutes. And I told him, I don't want to waste time because I'm having a class with the PGD. I'm supposed to have class with the PGD. So I told him that 10 to 15 minutes will be too short. You should make it 10:30 so that I can have 30 minutes with the PGD class and come back to meet you 10:30. That was our understanding with him. And so when I was done, I was rushing to ensure that since it's online, I meet up with the 30 minutes agreement that we have. So you notice that at about 10:35, I joined the class. And he actually acknowledged that I have joined the class. What I expected of him to say is that all responses should be put on hold since my senior colleague is here to handle the class. He didn't do that. He was giving an opportunity. It's not as if he was still teaching. Even if he was teaching and we had an understanding, he ought to have either say, can I continue? Or say, since it's almost 10:40, I just have 1 or 2 points. He didn't say anything. He acknowledged my what is called presence, and he was just, you guys were just discussing. So I felt that he did not recognize that it was 10:30 already, and that was I tried to draw his attention to that. And you all heard his reaction. I'm not keen as even if you are my junior, I don't intend to bring anyone down, especially not in the presence of our students. We don't do that. It's unethical. But actually, his reaction was shocking to me, that he felt embarrassed that I said I am here. Well, that is for his own discussion. You saw the reaction. I didn't want to embarrass him. It's an adult class. Some of you reason very fast. That is, by the way, I will sort it out with him after this discussing with you guys. But that is, by the way, I just want to bring it to your attention and see where the reactions, whether I was too harsh on him or not polite enough by saying that Chief Otena, I'm here and all of that. I don't know, I don't see any embarrassment there. But we behave differently, like I said. It's my younger colleague. I'll treat that later. But that is, by the way, like I've introduced the course, you have also introduced, the course has also been introduced to you. It's not for your response. I just tried, that is what I said earlier on, just to note it. Because whatever is happening, assuming we are in what's it called, open class, face-to-face class, and it's my time to come in for a lecture, I don't need to plead with you. You have to plead. That's sorry, can I spend so more time? I'm almost rounding up. Without apology, without this, start picking offense. That's not good enough. But that is, by the way, we will not come here to wash our dirty linen in the presence of our students. The course outline, I guess, has been introduced to you. Theories of development, substantive issues of development, development strategy and project appraiser, the historical process of development and underdevelopment, taking into account both internal and external factors, alternative theoretical approaches in the analysis of developing countries, and then policy implications. Have you been introduced to this course outline?
No, sir.
Anyone could just respond. Let me just hear. Oh, no. Okay, good. I will, that is the course outline. Before, or let's say after this class rep, please do me a favor to call me. Let me send a slide to you so that before you come to the class tomorrow, you also prepare your mind on what we are going to discuss. For my class, sir, there is nothing hidden. Everything is open. It's an adult class. Let me say this before I forget, that there should be no room for fear that you are going to fail in my class. As a coordinator of this course,
yes, sir,
I can assure you that there will be no failure except the person that wants to fail. The person that wants to fail is the person that doesn't attend my classes. Otherwise, as long as you have me today and tomorrow, you are not going to have problem in my class. At master's, PhD, or graduate level, I hardly give an F to any student. I guess at master's level, you are welcome. I guess at master's level, a C is the pass mark. I will ensure that even if you don't want to pass and you have been attending my class, I push you to C. So relax, but that is not to say that you will not be coming to my class or take me for granted. If you do that, I can always change my mind. So please, you are welcome. You are here for one reason or the other. Some are here to acquire this for promotion, others to further their education at masters, others for different reasons. But like I said before, as students in this class, I'll give you the same level of treatment. You are all equal. We are all equal. I'm only here to coordinate. So give me the cooperation for the next 6 to 8 hours. That is from today to tomorrow. You do justice to make yourself available. Some of you, what you do is to put on your mic, join the class, mute, drop, and go and do whatever you want to do. If you do that, you have problems, because as the class progresses, I can throw questions at particular persons. I'll say, Jigba, what do you think? Felix, Igbo, what do you think? And all of that, to see whether you are following or not. And I will, as an interactive class, I'll also give opportunity for contributions and responses. Before I forget again, in addition, if you watch your time, it's 11:44, and we have not even started. Do you think it will be better if I just run through it like I've started till 1, instead of that is I will give up the break and then end the lecture by 1. What do you think?
It will be better, sir.
Cost rep, can you respond on? Okay.
It will be better,
Well, can I hear
sir.
from the cost rep? All right, cost rep, can you finalize? Are you okay with that on behalf of your class? Cost rep, Panya, because you are the mouthpiece, whatever you say is on behalf of the class. Others are speaking as individuals. Is that okay by you, Fanyam? Are you there?
It's not there.
Must have muted himself.
I guess maybe his phone is having a distant network. It might be network.
But I guess it's a general consensus that we have the class till 1 o'clock for today.
Yes, sir.
No break.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When he comes back, please tell him this is the decision of the entire class. Except if you have different opinion, you can raise your hand and say it. But if there is no hand raised, I assume that we have a consensus that we should finish by 1 straight away instead of 12 to 1 break. Like I told you before, I was telling you that the course outline, what's it called? My slide, the entire slide will be sent to you to prepare for the next class, because I always like my students to get every information within my disposal as much as possible. There's nothing that is hidden. Most of these things, if you Google or use AI, you will get them there. The only thing you will not get is my explanation to real life situation or practical demonstration of what you have done. And also to let you know that in my exam, like I've said, I will not come and ask you define development, define project or brother. This. It's always applied questions for me to get diverse views of your understanding based on what you have covered. That is what I usually do. So yeah, I crave your indulgence to be part of my class and be speaking when there is needs for you to add inputs. Some of the ideas you have, some others may not have them. So by presenting them, you also be helping the class. You enrich the knowledge base of the class. That is not to say that I will not be able to give you all. You can be rest assured that I am capable and ready to guide you effectively. And at the end of the day, you have reason to say that you've taken this course, social sustainable development policies and framework. So at the end of this course, you are expected to, even if you don't know anything, identify the major theories in the tradition of social standards, discuss the assumptions and applicability of social standard theories, and adopt a critique of each of the theories of social standards. These are going to be your take-home message, and you should be mindful of this. Let me rewind a bit. Based on the course outline, Dr. Tene must have handled theories of development and substantive issues of development, as well as development strategies and project appraisal. True or true?
True.
We cover that.
Yes, sir.
Theories of development, substantive issues of development,
True, sir.
and then
True,
development strategy and project appraisal. Isn't it?
It is, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have not covered it, you are at liberty to let me know as a course coordinator so that we can fine-tune things. But if you have covered that, because your exams will be based on this course outline, I will not go back to them. But if you have covered them, we will run
I don't think we have
what
covered
is
project
required of
appraisal.
you. Project appraisal, okay.
There's not
an aspect that,
project appraisal.
but development strategy, we done it.
I think project appraisal
Have you
was
done
the
the
last
development
slide
Yes, sir.
that he was talking
Yes,
about.
sir. No, it was
Okay, that
development
he is going to
strategies,
cover.
and he didn't
He
show
stopped
that
on
slide.
development.
They
He
know
stopped
the
on
last
development
one,
strategy.
strategies, political and
Okay, that is
institutional
taken.
strategies.
That is
That was where he
taken.
stopped.
Okay, no, there's no problem. We'll see how we will ensure that that is covered, because the course outline is not designed by Dr. A.I. Ochalebe, neither designed by anybody. It is what it was written in your bronchio with respect to SST 803. So it is our duty to ensure that all the items in the course outline as outlined in the bronchio is covered. So we'll see how we handle that. But just want to confirm that is fine. So basically, I have to cover the historical process of development and under development, taking into account both internal and external factors. And then we'll also be covering alternative theoretical approaches in the analysis of developing countries. Finally, we'll look at the policy implications. So just have that in the back of your mind. Like I said, I will always give you the slide for you to be focused, and people who like to read before coming to class, you also have opportunity to understand this. So the introductory component has been covered by Dr. V.A. Otene, including the following topics: theories of development, substantive issues, development strategy, project appraisal. You must have given you the slide as well. If he hasn't, I also remind him to send that across to you, even though I have a copy of that. So, but maybe he must have edited it. Has he given you the slides? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes,
You have
yes.
the slides
The
from
platform.
Dr.
Project
V.A.
appraisal, no,
Otene.
sir.
We took it during the lessons.
Good.
We took the slide.
Yes, sir. He
We
has
have,
it.
we have sent
Okay.
it to our general
He
platform.
has sent it
It's
on.
there.
It's okay. That's great. That's great.
There's
So
no
because
project.
as you know, in the university, no project that I said we are going to handle that. You know, in the university, no way that in your exams that we include things or areas that are not covered in the class. You can be sure of that. But because I know most of you that very good in reading or whatever you want to impress the lecturer, you might go outside what is the course, our course, and decide to say that you want to read outside what you have done. Well, you can do that, but that is for your own knowledge based. But as far as this course is concerned, I can assure you, nothing will be set as question for exam that has not been taught. You should be rest assured of that. And that's the university practice. Whatever we are not able to cover, we are not going to bring it in your exams. So I just adding to what I said before. There's no need for you to be panicked. Just understand these are real life issues. Sustainable anything, whether standards, sustainable developments, and things that have happened before are things that we are actually aware of. And we have whatever it is mentioned, for instance, concern Nigeria, at one point or the other of our life, we must have touched them. So just feel free while we proceed. I told you I'm going to cover historical process of development and underdevelopment. The historical process of development and underdevelopment in Nigeria is shaped by a complex interplay of internal factors and external factors. You know what I mean when I say internal and external factors, isn't it? External factors are the ones that are actually not within. They are from outside, other countries. It could be developed or developing countries. Yes, and the internal factors are the ones that are actually caused by us. Is that okay? So the historical process of development and underdevelopment in Nigeria is shaped by a complex interplay of the internal and external factors. Here is an overview that captures the essential elements. We'll look at it from the pre-colonial era, colonial era, and the post-colonial era. When you are looking at development, if you don't know where you are coming from, you'll not be able to plan where you are going. I guess that is the essence of introducing these aspects. In the pre-colonial era, we have diverse kingdoms and society. And in terms of diverse kingdom, Nigeria was home to various sophisticated societies, including the Hausa city-states in the north, the Yoruba kingdom in the southeast, and the Igbo communities in the southeast. These societies established trade networks, governance systems, and cultural practices. They also engage, apart from having diverse kingdoms and society, they also engage in trade. There was significant trade both internally and with other African regions, and the trans-Saharan trade routes, which foster economic activities. And there was also an era of colonization. That is the colonial era between 1861 and 1960. Nigeria was colonized by British, which that's what I just gave you now is a brief version of the historical perspective as it relates to our work. So you don't expect me to, most of you who read history in secondary school can say a lot. It's just a brief version, a summary of what pre-colonial era was as it relates to the course under study. And the British colonization, the next one was the colonial era between 1861 and 1960. British colonization, Nigeria was colonized by Britain, which significantly altered its socioeconomic and political landscape. And this was characterized by economic exploitation. The colonial economy was structured to benefit Britain, focusing on extraction and export of raw materials like cocoa, palm oil, and later oil, Unfortunately for them, as we all know, it was when they were giving us independence, that oil was discovered, isn't it? I'm sure most of you have this history. This disrupted indigenous economic system and led to economic dependency. And the colonial era also was characterized by infrastructural development. There were some, apart from their own interests, which the whites are always interested in, when they come to Nigeria, you have heard of several aids, grants, opportunity development, and whatsoever they want to do comes in form of aids. And the truth is that we really ask ourselves, each time I discuss this issue, are the whites, the Europeans, the Asians, especially the Europe, are they really interested in us when they come to our aids? The loans given to us by them, is it for our own interests, including the poverty reduction measures that the UN, IMF, World Bank keep introducing? Do you think it's for our interests? Please, I'd like us to just share our thoughts on this. Briefly, if you have anything, you think the colonization era by the British, or even the modern form of colonization, is to our own benefit as a nation, as individuals, or as a society? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Yes? Okay.
Okay, sir. My hand is up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, Kwagia, just hold on, Oliver. Excuse me, I might not take all, but just one or two or three. But Menace, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I guess this things they bring to us are actually for our benefit. It's like
please,
giving you money.
Could you please speak up?
Okay, sir. I said the things, all those things they brought to us is not for our benefit. Even the loan they are giving us presently is not for our benefit. It's an indirect way of colonizing us, because when they give us this loan, to a certain level, they won't determine what this loan should be done with an interest. It's just like when somebody comes to you for food, you give him food today. The next day, the person comes, you give him food. Tomorrow, you give that person food. When it becomes 2-3 times, if you ask the person, come and farm for me, the person will know, the person will come and farm for you for free to a certain level, because if he doesn't, you will not give him that food. So automatically, what the colonials bring to us, even the money they are giving to us as loan at present, is just an indirect slavery, which they say there should be no slavery, and they are still enslaving us till tomorrow, unless we are able to stand on our own feet, generate our own economy, and begin to make use of it without borrowing. That is the only time I think Nigeria will be able to develop. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Menace, for that wonderful contribution. It is just true. That is the situation that is on ground. So you can see why it is important for us to link our previous history to the current stage and see how we can develop as a nation, how we can enhance sustainable development, because we should be able to know the interests of the people that are coming to us with different aids and all of that. And the truth is that, well, let me hear from Gemga.
Good afternoon, Prof.
Gwakia, please go ahead.
This is Gwakia Gemga.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Yes, sir. So for me, they're not the
Wakia Gemba.
Gemga.
Gemba.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Gemga.
Gemga. Yes, yes,
Gemga,
yes.
Gemga, sir. Yes, sir. So this
Yes, I can see it now. Gemga.
yes, sir. The British, as just what the last speaker have said, they didn't come to help us. They only come now. Even the neocolonization is still going on. They pretend that they gave us something, and they took what is more than that. The loans they're giving us, what they're getting from it is higher than what they're giving. For example, the Chinas that are in this country now claiming they are helping us, constructing road for us. What they're getting from our mountains, from the rocks, is more than that. It's more than what they're getting, as they're giving us. And see what is happening. From Abuja to Makurdi, if I'm not mistaken, you have 4 toll gates. The money they're generating from that is more than what they spent. They're not coming to help us at all. They're not coming to help us. Our raw materials that they are taking there is higher. It's better for our leader to sit up for future generation to benefit. If not, with time to come, Nigeria will not have anything to write home about compared to what is happening now. And they're making sure to blind our leaders' eyes for them not to see what they're doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Can
Hello,
I just give I've to
Hello, sir.
Olima Inyangbe.
My hand is here.
Olima Inyangbe. Can we hear you?
Okay.
Olima,
Good morning, sir.
You raised your hand.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. I'm speaking now. Good morning. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I think what the colonial masters are doing is more of an exploitation. They're exploiting us because whatever they are bringing to us, they make it look so juicy for us to go into it. But we fail to understand that we are mortgaging our future on the future of the children or the future generations, because whatever they give to us, they take back more than what they give to us. And we on our part, we have failed to understand that these things they make juicy is for their own personal interest. So we don't tend to look at the adverse effect. We're only concerned about the present effect of whatever they are giving to us, how it will affect us. But in the future, later on, or the long run of it, the effect is bad on the country. How I wish our country can sit down, we utilize what we have and develop on our own to avoid exploitation. Because at every point they give anything to us, they are exploiting us. Whatever they give to us in 1%, they are taking 100% from us. That is my contribution, sir.
Thank you, Olema. Is it the Olema we know from Ohuhu or something?
No,
Or is it
Olema
different
from
one?
I know.
Sir.
Olema
Sir,
from
my
I
hand
know.
is up.
My hand is also up, sir.
My hand is up, sir.
Please, let me just, hello, I'll give back to all of you, but for now, let us just hear from your cost rep, Panya Tuakasu, then we proceed. All hands should be done for now. I'm coming to that because this is a touching issue and we need to discuss it effectively. You know, if we don't sit down at this level trying to analyze our underdevelopment and development issues, this thing will continue. Like the last speaker said, she said she hoped that we should be able to stand on our own and make our own decision. Is that possible? Given that in those developed worlds that they have made us to believe that everything is there when they have nothing. Do you know that they don't have natural resources? Do you know that it's hunger and everything that is pushing them to our country? You know, when somebody is hungry, can innovate. And part of why they are able to develop is hunger. Look at all over the world. Nigerian problem is abundance of natural resources, we don't think again. Look at even the Nigerian setting, without insulting or any tribe or whatever. The Igbos are more hardworking because their land is not green like the South and the North. You people might not be looking into that, but that's the reality. They are more innovative. They do in terms of technology, everything. What is pushing them towards that? So we should be looking at that. Fanyam, please. Just say something and all other hands down while we proceed.
Okay, sir.
Fanyam, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so sir, what I want to say is this. During the colonial era, yes, these people exploited us and then underdeveloped us. But then, after they gave us independence, particularly for Nigeria, if you look at the history as we are talking about, Nigeria is one of the countries that got their independence on the platter of gold. They woke up one day and then told them, oh yeah, you should take, this is your independence, go and start ruling yourselves. And then we went. When we went, we started dividing ourselves into north, south, east, west, and whatever. Now, for someone like me, I will tell you that the Europeans or whoever, we may call it neo-colonialism, but for me, I think differently. The thing people say, when they are batting you, even as a child, you rub your hands on your stomach to show that you are also developing. If at our age now as master students, we are still blaming our parents for our underdevelopment, then I think we don't know where we are heading to. There's a stage you blame people. The stage where Nigeria is now is not a stage where we will be blaming anybody for our underdevelopment. Because as far as when we during the oil boom and all of that, Nigeria left every other mineral resources, went and then everybody started fighting for oil. Now, when you talk about the grant and all of these things that these people gave, I want to tell you that as we speak now, the level of unemployment in Nigeria now is massive because of the withdrawal of funding by USAID, including yours sincerely. I don't have work now. And then Nigeria, Tinubu cannot pay me. Sorry, I'm using his name. The federal government cannot pay me. Most of the people who have been laid off are people who the government cannot pay because their monies are high. That's on one hand. Then the things that these people were bringing, sir, you agree with me that your research work for your PhD, or most of the research work for PhD, they are lying somewhere. Some universities that have even discarded this research, and then nobody is working on them. So in the next 3 years, we might be even looking for drugs. We might be looking for certain things that were being funded by USAID. But because when these monies are given for research in Nigeria, somebody somewhere sits and embezzles this money. So if you ask me, these people right now, they are doing a lot of good than even all our leaders in the country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please,
sir, I
also disagree with
I disagree with you.
All hands down. I'll come to you guys, please. Okay. Based on what you have all said, you have a perfect understanding of what is happening in Nigeria. Gone are the days that people believe that the whites are the best or the European. Even the last caller tends to feel that they have done enough. But when we proceed, you will know that they are the reason why we are like this. They are the reason why we cannot have leaders. They weren't bathing us when they were coming. They were only feeding themselves fats. They didn't come to equip us as a nation. That's why we have said that they came for economic exploitation, taking away our resources at a very cheap rate. Cocoa, palm oil, and all of that, including the human capital. They exploited us, took us away as slaves to their country to do the hard work and make their own money. How is that buffing you, or how is that cleaning you as individual? Those are their rhetorics. Those are the things they use to convince us. They know where they are holding us, and they are still holding us. That's why I said the last one of my sisters that said that she prays Nigeria can be able to stand on its own and make its development perfect. It can come. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. One single man with vision, ready to sacrifice his life for his nation, is rising up to say enough of exploitation. Enough of the so-called AIDS. Enough. See, if you know the amount of stealing, those people, the so-called European people that colonized us, do you know that they are the one that introduced corruption in Nigeria? I read the paper and I nearly cried. Just once a paragraph like that. A white man did the research and said that if you want, these black people or African people, they are so pure that even if you give them bribe, offer them bribe, they will not take. Give them this incentive to maneuver their resources, they will not take. The only thing, and that's what is happening today, the only way to get the attention is to make their countries, European countries, look very attractive, and the system, make it look as if it's the best. That this slavery that you are coming with your vehicles to carry human beings, that the same people will carry their leg and enter plane and come to your country, and you still be using them as slaves. It is something that they had opportunity before other countries, and they are bent on doing it. Anytime you think these people were for our good, it's a very great mistake. They did some good things, but they didn't give you all the freedom. If they wanted, they would have given you all the knowledge. Even up to today, what are they doing to our educational system? Because they know that once you destroy a nation, educational system, you have destroyed that country. Have they ever, apart from those that are so-called research that will interest them on how to maneuver us, have they been able to say, for instance, there should be standards for educationists, people that teach, that there should be minimum standard of reward. For instance, go to their country, they are paying $10,000 a month, minimum or so, upwards to their lecturers. With their money, can they say, because these people are intellectual, we want to support them, the salary system, things that will benefit us, they will not. The so-called dollars they are giving to us is to destroy our economy. You know, you are telling us that some persons in charge will embezzle the money. Who initiate those how to embezzle money? When they are giving money, they also bring their people in. And before you be made the head, you must have some collabo with them on how to also divert the resources. You don't know what is happening now. We will continue. That's why I say we will not talk much on that. But there are lots to be discussed. And you guys, Fanyam, I will not give you time. Those people did not help us. We will continue the discussion. They never help us in any way. And they are still not ready. Go to our, what's it called? Go to our this is the oil that we so-called oil. The same people are the one exploiting it. They are still stealing the oil. Go to our marine industry. We don't even know the quantity of resources we have. But they know, and they know how to steal these things. God will help us. That's the only thing I can say. So let us look at like infrastructural development. We must appreciate some little efforts they have done. It was primarily to facilitate. But even at that, why they were doing that is to carry our resources away. It was primarily to facilitate resource extraction rather than holistic development. During the colonial era, there was also a colonial rule imposed artificial boundaries merging diverse ethnic groups into a single political entity, leading to long-term ethnic tension. What you call nations today are tribes. Nigeria is 500 something, is it 700 something tribes, or two, sometimes they say two, or say whatever. A nation that will develop is a nation that will speak one tribe. Go to Germany, that is their language. They speak one tribe. A tribe is a nation. And that is why you cannot enter them. You cannot penetrate. Look at the first 5 or 6 up to 10 developed world. They have one language. US, China, UK. They speak English. They have one language. But then, that is the aspect I was calling. When they came to colonize us, they realized the power of entities. What they did is that people with different cultures, the North has its own culture and all of that, their beliefs. The East, the same thing. The West, what did they do? To sow a seed of disaffection among nations. Any nation that is ununited. We're even trying that to live since that time up to now without major incidents here and there, apart from the civil war. If the North speaks the same language and speak Hausa and call it its own country, they will be stronger. The West will not be able to penetrate them. Go to the Arabic war where they speak Arab. Look at the way they are developing. In short, if you try them, you know what they will do. They resisted the West. That is why they are succeeding. Nigeria, if the West is thinking this way, they will both the same time will pick some elites, give them enough money, and give those experts to write about the negative things that's happening in the West. If the West were speaking Yoruba, even though with the other tribes, they speak the same language. Everybody in the West can speak Yoruba. Everybody in the North can speak Hausa. We grow as a nation. We have to understand these things. The best way that can make a nation succeed. Go to France, they speak French. Go to this, they speak this. Because they know the power of tribe. If you speak one tribe, it is difficult for external to come and penetrate you. The East, they have different, but they speak Igbos. If we can galvanize our effort and ensure that this is the place, you will serve a strategic interest. What is killing Nigeria is strategic interest. We don't have what is called strategic interest in terms of what they want or what they can achieve from the regions or with outsiders. When you go for international negotiation or trade this, what are you thinking of? You are thinking of money or how to enrich your pocket. You are not thinking of how Nigeria can succeed. Do you know? Let me tell you one thing. I was in the UK because I went there for my master's. I did it at the University of Kent, Southeast London. And there was this, what is it called? Liberia, not Liberia. This one in Africa, Gaddafi, Libya. The what is it called? The country, the president, I think David Cameron then, was thinking of using one of the Alpha jets, costing how many billion, to go and support the war. I was watching live. Some of these things they discuss internally, they don't show us. All the BBC, this is that they show us is war in Africa, they will not show us anything good. And them over there, they don't watch all those international news. They have their own local BBC. That's where they show all these things. They were arguing, you want to say have Channel 24, the whole world knows our secret. We have a Nigerian television that is only secluded to Nigeria, but they know the benefits strategically. So they were asking, the man presented a proposal, their own parliament, how they used to argue, the opposition, and then the ruling party They will say this. This one will say, hey, they will support it. This one, the opposition will say no. Then they ask David Cameron, that why are you spending so much money to support the war in Libya? The answer will be shocking to you. He told the House that the Alpha jet will cost so amounts, but they should not forget that Gaddafi's son has $80 billion in so bank. Gaddafi himself had so investment here and there because the son schooled there in the UK then before the crisis. So he believed so much, he saved $80 billion in their own account. That if they are able to move and what is it called? Win the war, that the money will be used for their citizens. Till today that Gaddafi died, have you heard of any account in the UK or in this country? They have utilized it, and that was their interest of going to the war. Nigeria went to war in South Africa, helped these people, the same people, without reasons for going there, and these people are against us, killing us, them of xenophobic. They went to Liberia. They went to where? Why were we spending our resources in that manner? We also have other issues, but these issues are rooted in the so-called colonial era, that they saw that Nigeria was becoming part of the regions, were becoming so powerful. The North, pyramids, were becoming so, that is where they have this thing, they would have grown so powerfully. They were grown regionally. The cocoa in the West were also the industry, they were plumbing off that couldn't withstand it. And to break that backbone, they let us and give us name, Niger within Nigeria. When we will get there, God helping us. They have caused a lot of harm to us. So infrastructure development that we can say they did was for their own interest. Political and social, colonial rule imposed artificial boundaries, merging diverse ethnic groups into a single political and leading to long-term ethnic tensions. Tension everywhere. And then the early independence. We are trying to look at this history and how we can overcome them to have our development goals, development strategies, and implement them effectively. That's the essence of giving you this background. So after the colonial era, they gave us independence. What happened? There was political instability. The post-independence was marked by political instability, including several military coups and civil war. Oil boom and Dutch disease, the discovery of oil in Nigeria, in Niger Delta in the 1950s, and subsequent oil boom in the 70s brought significant revenue. However, it also led to neglect of other economic sectors. Agricultural manufacturing, that was a stronghold, a phenomenon known as Dutch disease. Okay, you go and read what is Dutch disease. When you have something and you cannot manage it, and you abandon it and do something, so go and look at Dutch diseases. There was economic challenges and structural adjustment between the 1980s and 1990s. You know, during Babangida, they brought one policy. The same people that you think that they are the people helping us, when they see that we want to grow through IMF and World Bank, they bring one policy that will destroy us. And they use our leaders because they have the keys. They brought structural adjustment. There was economic decline. They left. But what about, okay, look at how they were clamoring for removal of subsidy. That there was corruption, that Nigeria would be better off if subsidy was removed, and the money that is in the hands of the few will circulate. Are we better off or worse off? The answer is clear. We are worse off as Nigeria as a result of the removal of subsidy. Although, if well managed, the removal of subsidy would have added, become something good to us. But one thing we don't know is that a commodity that is called essential commodity, You cannot do without it. The government cannot leave it in the hands of market forces. When I hear people on television, the forces of demand and supply, if you put out the air is essential. If you road, even that we use is essential. If you put road to individual hands and say market, cannot any of us travel? If you leave air that we breathe, the essential, and say the market forces, we will all die one day because nobody can live within seconds, or let alone even 1 minute without breathing air. So these are the issues. When they come with the idea, they give you with right hand and collect it with the other hand through the left hand. That is what they do. They do like the structural economic challenges and the structural adjustment of 1980s, that's 80s and 90s. What do they say? Then the Nigerian this thing was almost equating the, what is it called? The dollars. Look at what they did today. When they clamor for subsidy removal, they did not talk about exchange rate. Immediately, they know that we are going to have more money and it will enhance our exchange rate. They manipulated our leader. You will say it's us. It's not us. We are not rude. All our leaders have one way or the other have been corrupted. If you are a leader today, they have a way to siphon money. Let me tell you one thing. I read it. Did I read it or someone on air said it? Yes, one channel on television. If till today, till tomorrow, if you steal money from Nigeria and sell in the US, UK, or Europe, you are protected. Nothing will happen to you. If their citizens come to Nigeria and steal money, anything that will increase their economic benefits, it's not a crime. If you don't know, go and search what I'm saying. They have it in their law. Except when they want to use some things against us, that, okay, if we have an, what is it called? EFCC, and the man is so straightforward, he doesn't want to even compromise, then they will bring out his history. He has a bank account. But he's the ones that are working in line with their principles and policy. You will not hear that he embezzles money. If Tinubu today is not dancing to that, for instance, that exchange, and it behaves like the, what is it called? The Burkina Faso president, they will finish him in seconds because his hands are full of shady deeds. They know that. And that is why he cannot do anything. If not, from 200, 300 exchange rate, your dollar is 1,500 in the name of trying to say that there are black markets and they are buying it from 200, and then you went and increased it for the masses so that it will match. It's just like people buying petrol and selling on the road by 1,000 or 215, and then because you want to sell at the same price, you put the price of petrol at that rate. That is wickedness. Like I was talking about essential commodity, go to their country, they subsidize either production or consumption. If they want to, because look at their land, there is rain, there is a temperate region, cold. Crops are not produced there. Most of the crops they are imported. Talk of fruits that they use in making all this, what is it called for us, wine and all of that. They are all imported. They don't have food. They don't have soil that go to their land. Is always their trees. It's always what is it called? It's not green. It's dry because there's rain throughout. You cannot grow vegetables. You cannot grow fruits. You cannot grow this. The only thing they have is that fruit that is adapted to their cold weather, which is apple. And we go and see when we have our mangoes very rich. We have this very rich. You come and bring apple. I'll be spending rich apple I want to eat because they have changed your taste. Essential commodities. What they do in all countries is government to take over and ensure that the masses is affordable for the masses. You don't leave your essential commodities in the hands of the forces of market there anywhere in the world. You see, like I said about agriculture, in their country, because they can't grow crops, what government do is to give incentive to farmers in terms of what they call, they give it, target all kinds of names so that they can go into this artificial farming and all of that, and make sure that the populace there can get, can afford basic food needs. That is subsidy, reducing either the cost of production or cost of consumption. We don't know that here. When they tell us first of the year we bring prices down, where they have reduced, they have removed something, they have increased. Is anything going down by its own without government trying to do certain things? So if you can do this, why can't you do this? They don't have oil. But yes, they fuel their tank, everything. Government subsidize people that go into production. They might not subsidize consumption, but they can subsidize inputs that are used for those things. You buy them at a very cheap rate. You have that in Nigeria. The answer is no. So economic challenges, economic decline as a result of structural adjustment between 1980 to 1990s. Falling oil prices in the 1980s led to economic decline and increased debt and austerity measures. Who did that? It's not the same word. Structural adjustment program. In the 80s and 90s, Nigeria implemented SAP, imposed by IMF. Can you see? Imposed is imposed on us. If it's imposed and you don't have the capacity to resist, and World Bank, which aim to liberalize the economy, but resulted in increased poverty, unemployment, and social unrest. The democratic era of 1999 returned Nigeria to civil rule. Nigeria returned to civil rule in 1999, which sought some political stability and reform. And some of the reform. The early 2000s saw economic growth driven by high oil prices, but this growth was uneven and did not significantly reduce poverty and inequality. The democratic era also, in recent years, that like we are trying to diversify our economy away from oil, focusing on sectors like agriculture, information, but the challenges also remain, isn't it? So let us look at the internal factors that, like the class rep was trying to tell us, that we also have our own issues, governance issues, but everything is based on the person. If your father that gave birth to you refused to train you because when you were educated, you were empowered, send you to farm, to not give you good clothes to wear. The internal factors of development, we talked about issues of development that are shaped by internal factors and external factors. The internal factors that led to either development in one area or that led to underdevelopment. We, in the slide, in the, what is it called? One of our course outline is to look at the historical process of development and under the taking into account both internal and external factors. So we're talking about external and internal factors, that how they affect development. Is that okay? Are we together? Person that asked question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So that was what happened during this thing. We are just linking to ensure that you have a brief understanding. So we are now looking at these internal factors, the process of development. Governance was an issue, corruption, weak institutions, poor governance hindered development. Ethnic, religious conflicts, tensions, conflicts among, these were the seeds that were sowed by our so-called helper that wanted us to grow. Ethnic and religious tensions and conflicts among Nigeria's diverse ethnic and religious groups have also disrupted development efforts. Population growth, rapid population growth has put pressure on infrastructure, education, when you decide, these things were already sold for by them. They were merging the north, the south, and the east, knowing fully well that they have different cultures. And when you mend them now and they brought democracy, people feel that I just be giving birth is the population that will determine anything. If they were left as not alone, just like some Arabic countries and so are managing themselves with their own religion and everything and culture, they would find means to curtail this population. But because population now is the aspect of the day, for instance, they will encourage their people, born, I'll be waiting to talk about. So you should continue to born, and increase. And this population growth, when it's too much, is a problem actually. It has put pressure on infrastructure, education, and health services. They thought a lot before doing those things, but we here will be blaming ourselves until maybe our Messiah, like that of you talk of internal, say our people are bad. That's why I was telling you that if you have a son and you refuse to train him and he goes to the authority, somehow he finds his or her way, what will that person do? It's things that are not in consonance with the writings, norms, or values of the society that person will embark on. And that's what we are talking about. So if you talk of the external factors, for instance, the colonial legacy, the economic and political structure established during the colonial rule, that's what I just said. They have long-lasting effects. The merging, north, south, and east protectorate. Global economic trends. Nigeria economy is highly susceptible to global oil price fluctuation, affecting revenue and all of that. Those are the external factors. International aid and debt. Dependency on international aid and debt are sometimes come with conditions that do not always align with our local needs and context. You heard when they were doing all this, their useless man-to-man, gay, whatever. And they were putting it as a condition to Nigeria. If you collect loan, you bring that policy. And Nigerians were collecting. If not that a lot of Nigerians stood against it, we would have been something else today. We'll be practicing their rubbish ideas. But thank God people stood up and they couldn't succeed. Because you heard when Obama was saying that if we didn't do this, they will not do this. I think some country tell them to their face, go away with your aid. We will survive. We will not practice what is abomination before God. Them, they have done it. And they want us to do it because they can manage it, we cannot manage it. The summary of what we have said so far is that development and underdevelopment of Nigeria are products of historical processes. What we are talking about is not today. It's not just the leaders you see today. It is something that has been planted from the time immemorial. It is a product of historical process influenced by both internal dynamics and external pressures. Understanding this complex interplay is essential for crafting policies that can address the root causes of underdevelopment, in particular in Nigeria, and promote sustainable growth. For those of you wondering, how can we overcome this? We should be able to be on the same page and understand through the pre-colonial era, colonial era, all these other main components of our development history and why we are here today. And by the time we are able to understand this, we can now think of how to promote ideas and bring out policies that can shape our countries for good. Our country, when I say countries, I mean African countries. So, but there were also alternative, there are some theoretical approach in analysis of developing countries. apart from all this history that we have, there are people have propagated some theories that can help us develop. If I have time before I go into that, can we look at, if I allow for response, this class, you are well equipped. Do not allow me to talk because you are vast in this area. So I am thinking of proceeding and then give you 5 minutes to talk. What do you think? You want to say something? I would love to look at the alternative theory. I should proceed. Thank you so much. So there are some 30 theories that have been put in place to help us. I'm sure Tene must have covered some, but that will not prevent me from giving you more insights into the theory or approaches in analysis of developing countries. The analysis of developing countries has been approached through various theoretical frameworks, each offering unique insights and explanation for the processes, challenges these countries face. Here are some of the most prominent alternative theories. The theory of modernization. I guess you have covered this. You have covered, so I can run fast the one you have covered. Have you covered this?
Yes, we have covered this.
Okay, let me run.
We have covered modernization theory.
Okay. But yes, okay. Like you know, it possesses that development follows a linear process where countries progress through similar stages to achieve economic growth. I am interested. I remember the last time we set questions because I deal with all these ones. We're having them mixed. I have to select the ones we have covered and then the ones we've not covered and look at the modernization theory, the theories itself, key components, stages of development, and then the critics, how people criticize those theories. If you are giving like that, or if you are not giving like that, ensure that you have this, you have them under this kind of component. You should be able to state a theory, give the proponents, people that are propounding them, and the stages of development or the critics. Is that okay? The core concepts, like the words, roster, and the Talcott passings and all of that. These are the proponents. And you should be able to tell us the core concepts. If like this one, the core concept is it brings out the stages of development. Rosters, 5 stages of development include traditional society, pre-condition for takeoff, drive to maturity, age of high mass. That was what it propounded. Although it is really enforced, but it did not cover all the aspects of development. You have dependency theory. Have we covered this? It argues that underdevelopment is a result of the exploitative. Have we covered this?
Yes, sir.
Dependency
we have
theory.
covered this too.
Yes, sir.
We have covered this, sir.
So we talk word system theory. You have covered what? Isn't it?
No,
How about
sir.
this?
No, sir.
Word system theory.
No, we have
No,
not treated what
not
system
one.
theory.
Not treated this one, sir.
Word system theory posits that expands on dependency theory, positing that the global economy is divided into core and semi-periphery, and periphery, with each distinct role and relationship. In key components, the proponent is Emmanuel Wallerstein. Core concepts: global division of labor, historical analysis of the capitalist world system. Critics: it cannot be too focused on macro level analysis, sometimes neglecting local variations and individuals. Talking basically about a society where, like just in our own system, we have village, towns, and city. And it's saying that the economic, the division of labor in terms of the capital, ownership of capital, differs among these various core stages of development or core areas of core boundaries of development. That's what it's basically talking about. The name is there, the core concept. It can be too focused on macro level and all of that. Structuralist theory. Did you cover that?
Yes, sir.
Structuralist theory focuses on the
Yes, sir. We have
Didn't get
covered
that. Yes or no? It focuses on these key proponents, core concepts, and critics. Neoliberalism. Neoliberalism theory. Have you covered that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, neoliberalism advocates for free market. This is what they are telling us now that we should be doing. Minimal state intervention, integration into global economy as a part of development. When they have finished everything, they are giving us what we should do. Post-colonial theory. Have you done that?
Covered.
No.
No.
Okay, covered. Human development. I say post-colonial theory.
Covered.
We
Yes.
covered on post-development.
Human development. Yes, human development and capabilities approach. Covered. Human development and capability approach.
Yes, yes.
Covered, sir.
Sustainable development theory.
Yeah.
These are all
Yes.
theory. This is very crucial to discuss, emphasize the need for development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability. This one is basically based on environmental sustainability. All this theory can be harmonized to bring something good in terms of development. We have covered this, it's very critical, so you should also be mindful of that. Feminist development theory. This is the gender, these are the recent theories that have been provided. You've covered that? No. Grassroots.
No, sir.
Who is talking? Okay, you not covered the feminist development theory?
Yes, sir.
You haven't. Okay, it highlights gender dimensions of development and advocates for inclusion of women's experience and contribution in development process. These are the key proponents. Easter, Bosrem, Nella, Kabi, and the core concept is gender equity, women's empowerment, and intersectionality. So these are the creeds sometimes seen as focusing too narrowly on gender without address broader structural issues. Who is talking there? Please mute your mic, Beatrice. Beatrice, please. Sean K. My professor, please mute your mic. Beatrice Shomke, thank you. Then we talk of grassroots and participatory development. Grassroots and participatory development emphasize, have you covered this? Local participation and empowerment in the development process. Arguing that sustainable. Have you covered this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Grassroots.
No, sir.
This one is talking of bringing development from the grassroots, just as the APC wanted to do during Buhari's era. Bottom top? But they couldn't succeed. Everything was top bottom. So emphasis, this one is just the grassroots, basically. All you need to know about this is key proponent and what they actually propounded, and then briefly the critics can be difficult to scale up and sometimes lacks the resources and support needed for broader impact. So in summary, we have covered two important topics. Each of these theoretical approaches provides different lenses through which to analyze the challenges and opportunities of developing countries, contributing to a richer understanding of development dynamics. When we see tomorrow, we will discuss, we'll continue with what we've started and end with policy implication for modernization. We are going to have all through tomorrow. And then tomorrow we also have room even to discuss some of the concepts we've started and see how we can harmonize them and ensure that we are on the same page. And if you are given opportunity to make policies, it's easy to talk from outside, though. It's when you are devoted and you have the belief for this country and what is right. That is how you can only, there are a lot of us, if you are ready to die for Nigeria, some can die, others can still take up and say, if we all perish, we perish and move this country. Questions, comments, and once it is it's 1 o'clock, we are disappearing. I like keeping to time. So some of you wanted to talk anything, question based on what I have spoken, or comments, contributions. If you want to say 1 or 2 things, you are free, please. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You
can hear you loud and clear.
You're okay.
Oh,
So
personally, I think
including the people that were raising comments about development. Raise your hand first, so let me give you the hand. Otherwise, everybody will talk. Menasa, I didn't see your hand. You want to talk?
Let me raise my hand.
Don't know how to wave. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Menasa, go ahead.
Okay, sir.
You have waved.
I seriously want to appreciate you because you have given us an insight into the historical development of Nigeria, what really crippled Nigeria, and where we are, and to a certain level, what we should do to help revive our country. And in addition,
that is a summary. This guy must be an English student. You have summarized perfectly what I've given you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. In addition, I think we should also look at our constitution. It has not helped us the way it should. If somebody raised a point where he said Nigeria sat together and then somebody came and gave us the constitution on a platter of gold, which is true. And if we look deep into that constitution, we discover that the English people sat there, draw out this constitution in a way that it will continue to favor them throughout the days of our life. So I think it's high time we throw away our constitution, the thing we have now as our constitution, if we really want to develop. Come back and sit at the round table. Look at the diverse culture and languages we have in Nigeria and see how we can do a constitution that will favor us. Since we are not able to be one ethnic group as the German were, because we are already together, and advocating for one single language means dividing Nigeria, which is not part of our discussion and what we are doing at present. So that we throw away our constitution and bring in a new constitution. This will help to develop Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Menase, for that insight. You have said it all. I don't have anything to add in that regard. In some of our aspects, we'll look at how, okay, I was teaching the undergraduate PGD, and we're looking at how to ensure sustainable development. It's part of all that we're doing. Legislating is one of them. And if we can do that, we have our National Assembly and all of that. And we have also advocates. We can bring advocates, NGOs that can be pushing until we have something like that, a confab or something. Or maybe we can start from there and see how that confab that we had. I think they came up with a lot of things, decisions. We can incorporate that, remove things that are not helping us as a country, and incorporate things that can help us develop as a nation sustainably. It's not a development that today they say your GDP is this, the poverty has reduced, the employment has increased, The next year or following year, everything has crumbled. That is not a sustainable development. So any other comments? 1 minute or two. Course rep, you wanted to say something since you have been raising your hand even when I was talking, or was it a mistake? You wanted to justify your point that the Europe that colonized us, the Europeans or whatever, that colonizer did their best. It is us that did not do well, and I totally disagree with you.
No,
and I
no,
think
sir.
from what I have
That
pointed out,
was not it, sir.
you now know better.
That
Yes,
that was not it,
let's
sir.
hear you.
Okay, sir. So what my point has been that yes, I agree that these people did us that, but then moving forward, what have we done to ourselves? It's just like you now as an associate professor, you refuse to eat because your father back then didn't give you food. I feel we are sitting too much and waiting for God to come and develop the country for us, and then it won't work. That's my take on it, because we know how many times. Look at the Buruku Bridge that is being constructed now. So do you know that for over 10, maybe 20 years, that bridge has been in our budget and then it has been maintained and as soon as it has been constructed? These are the kind of things we are talking about. But these people, if they bring their money now and ask that we should do a construction, they decide, okay, we want to build a school. This school that we want you people to build, we will monitor it. So in as much as this thing is evil, there are so many advantages to it. If you are in the development sector, you understand what I'm saying. They give this money and follow up. Here, if they give them this money, I will call Teokura, who is my kinsman, and give him as a site engineer. Meanwhile, that's not even the cost he read. So we are underdeveloping ourselves currently and then still blaming these people. The monies that we have now, we can do certain things, at least to our own level. But then when we have the opportunity, I think when you joined, you hear us discussing corruption and all of that. We're discussing it because we are causing these things for ourselves. Then when this cause came, instead of still blaming ourselves, we want to take all the blame to Europe. That's where I disagree with
Fanyam,
some of the points.
Fanyam, let me end this way by saying that you are on point when we say that we should blame them. But even if we want to take responsibility, we shouldn't stop us from saying the real thing, what happened before. We are not blaming them, saying that we don't do our own or we don't have our own fault. Because we are talking of historical perspective, we must blame them. That is where they belong. And even if we want to talk now and we have where we have obstacles, we must raise it. That is not to say the aspect you have said. The corruption that is inherent in human being, and the corruption that have also added to us. We should not say that we will not talk about them. Like someone, the last speaker before you said, he has made a suggestion. What do we do? Legislation. That is the first thing to do. When you do legislation, like someone will say, we have all the laws in Nigeria. Implementation and follow up. When these contracts are given, for instance, and people don't do them, who penalizes them? What happens there to them? These are kind of the internal issues now. When we have them in the Constitution, clearly written black and white, and then we have implementation strategies. If you fail, like, let me just say this because we're in the States, what the governor is doing is something that some of us, we have not seen the governor apart for a very long time ago, and it should be encouraged. This governor will come, the other one will come, instead of developing the share money. But this one has said he will not share money. You can see that even if he wants to do good things, there are people pulling him down. Some people are even putting fear that in 2027 or whatever, he will not win. But I know the masses will vote for him. The I don't care. I'm not talking as a politician. The people, the pensioners, the people that were owing salaries, that even though it's not much, those people will continue to support him. Okay, let's leave that. But things are gradually working. If we can have somebody like the governor of the state, I'm sure that is ready to work and put things together in each of the states. You come, you do your own and go. You come, you do your own and go. Definitely there will be development, isn't it? So
Sir,
on this note,
see that. Hello, sir. You can see that some
Patrick,
people are still reading along.
I didn't get that.
This is part of
speaking?
what is.
Let me hear
this
you
is
now.
Mr. Samuel Takwe, sir. Sir?
Yes.
You were trying to throw light on something that, yes, sir. You are trying to throw light on something that is physical that we are seeing. And somebody there is calling on your attention that you are political. What is politics there? You are saying the truth. And these are the things that are impeding the development that we are talking about. People don't want the truth to be told.
Thank you. So,
thank
you so much.
So in addition,
we're not in a political group and people. Yes.
We are all political animals. We are all political animals.
Go ahead.
Every decision we take is political.
So any decision you take here now is for a betterment.
Is that game guy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any decision you take here is for our own benefit because this is a learning environment.
So
you are free to enter any angle you feel like entering for our own betterment. It's not that this is a learning. I will learn something that I've never touched before through you. Entering politics, but for the academic purpose, there's no problem for that. Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Thank you. Panya,
I concord.
Because no, we are not political. Let us be truthful to what is happening. I have told people in my class, so even if you say it's political or anything, from what this man is doing, if I have opportunity to do any collation, I will stand for him. Bring 1 million, 10 million, I will not collect. I will stand for what is right. This man will serve us for 8 years because he has come with things that that nobody has done. So what are we afraid of? But I don't want to go too political. But I'm only stating the fact. I'm only stating. I'm saying the obvious because it is not even by our class that we determine. It's the people that has affected their lives that are going to say that they would rather die than having this man to leave office. He has affected lives. So he has affected family. I know people that have died because of lack of payment of salary, let alone pensions. When he came to office, we should encourage such leaders. And we're talking of Burkina Faso man. Nobody said this politics now. So we should be able to say that this man is doing well. If he's not doing well, I will say it. We had a past leadership that people used to say is doing well. They were not doing well. And these are the reasons. On this note, please, we don't have time. We have exhausted our time. Tomorrow, we can still have a very vast discussion. And what I enjoy this class is that, Kai, you are so vast, your contribution are intact. You are not just talking because you want to talk. When you are talking on point. Please keep it up. I wish we will have a day like this that will do one where we are doing, is it revision? That one will not be online. No. We need to see you physically. We need to talk to ourselves and then create opportunities for ourselves to collaborate and do so many things. On this note, I thank you, COSREP, on behalf of your class for your cooperation. Please keep it up. The attendance is enormous, 55 students, talking to them for close to 3 hours or so or more. And tomorrow we're still going to have that. Tomorrow we'll start by 10. There will be no interruption. Then maybe we end by 1 or we have a break as it is on the timetable. Once again, thank you very much, and do have a lovely day ahead. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Nice
You
talking.
too. Have a
Thank you very
lovely
much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
God bless you. Have a
Thank you,
lovely
all
day.
of you.
Thank you.
God
Bye.
bless you. And you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you
very much, sir. God bless you.
Welcome, my dear. Thank you. I'm trying to log out.
Hello? Anybody in the house? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Is the lecture done?
Yes.
Okay. Some of us were thrown out. I just got back.
I was also thrown out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we are
So
done
what?
for the day then.
Yes. Tomorrow.
It's okay.
By
So
what time tomorrow?
10
I think
o'clock.
it's
Okay,
usually
usual
10.
time. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Any
So
update from the course rep? Is there
hello.
anything new?
Hello.
Some of us are didn't ended.
Maybe the course rep should receive the notes and drop it in our decision.
I think that will be done.
Okay.
On the platform.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Can somebody hear me?